Hey everyone, once again, welcome back to a YouTube channel of ServerAvatar. Today is a fantastic and exciting day because ServerAvatar has officially launched its amazing open source software called Sandbox. We have been eagerly waiting for this release and we can't wait to dive in its incredible features and possibilities. I'm tired of spending hours setting up a temporary WordPress site just to showcase your quick demos and perform a short-term test. What if I told you there is an app that creates a disposable WordPress environment instantly? Then it is here. Meet the Sandbox by ServerAvatar, an amazing open source tool designed just for developers, designers, and digital agencies. In this tutorial, I will show you how easy it is to launch and host a Sandbox on your own server using a ServerAvatar. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. First, let's briefly cover what Sandbox is and why it's incredibly useful. So, Sandbox allows instantly create a WordPress disposable websites perfect for a rapid test, client demos, and short-term project. There is a no more waiting. Your throwaway site is ready in under 30 seconds by Sandbox. Set and forget of functionality. Sites are automatically destroys themselves after 24 hours or you manually delete them anytime you choose. Easily share a disposable website links with your clients, colleagues, and friends without any tedious setup. Each site is completely secure and isolated with a built-in SSL certificates by default. Complete freedom because Sandbox is a open source, it's fully self-hosted, offering a maximum control, privacy, customization options. So you love this idea and want it right now, right? Let's now see step by step how we can set up and host a sandbox easily and quickly using a server avatar. Before moving ahead, let me give you the demo of how Sandbox is working and how you can create a site in a Sandbox. So visit a sandbox.serveravatar.com. Here you can find out a GitHub link, and if you want to use this sandbox.serveravatar.com, then you can also create a WordPress site directly here just by providing a subdomain name. Suppose I want to give it as a temporary .swap.xyz.com. Then just agree with the terms and privacy policy. And if you want a site information and a reminder for the before deleting the site, then you can provide the email address. Then just click on a create a throwaway site. It will take around 30 seconds to host and create a WordPress site. So here you don't have to integrate your server or anything. Just here your work is to provide a subdomain name. So, as you can see, WordPress site has been automatically created by just providing the subdomain name. Here you can see it has automatically installed the SSL certificate. Now here are the site information, DNS records. These are the information. If you want to look out for the database credentials, then you can use a database username, passwords, database name, everything and all the details has been provided here. It will auto delete a timer. You can see here it will be deleted after 23 hours and 59 minutes. So this is the power of Sandbox. The level of life it will make easier for you, for the agencies, for the developers, for the tester who want to use a WordPress for the short time periods. Then Sandbox is for you. If you want to host a sandbox on your servers, then you can click on a view on GitHub. This is the open source repository. Here you will find out the complete repository and the complete steps to host a sandbox on your server. Let me tell you the one of the main prerequisites of the sandbox. To host a sandbox, you will require the two servers. You cannot host a sandbox on only on a one server. Why you require the two servers? So here is the answer. First server is for to host a sandbox applications, and second server is for whenever you will create a WordPress site, it will be created on the second server. It cannot be created on the same server. That is the main prerequisites for the sandbox installation. So first step first. Let's directly move towards the serveravatar.com. So for those who are new, ServerAvatar simplifies the server management by allowing you to instantly deploy and manage your applications and websites effortlessly. If you haven't already created your account, ServerAvatar offers you an initiative steps process taking only a few seconds. By click on a get started. If you are the existing user, just click on a login. So here our first step is to connect a server. Then I already set up that, so let's move ahead. One server is for the hosting a Sandbox and the second server is for Sandbox sites that we are gonna create. So now let's move ahead. So go to the Sandbox and go to the application. Now let's create an application. Here give a name as a Sandbox. Then we have to select a primary domain. In primary domain we have the options for the primary domain and the test domain. Primary domain is basically when you want to host a Sandbox on your own domain, then you can select a primary domain. Test domain is the temporary domain provided by the ServerAvatar. So let me use a temporary domain Sandbox by ServerAvatar. Then here select a method. Select a method as a Git and GitHub, as we are using a public repository of GitHub. Then select a public repository, then go to the GitHub and here from code copy the HTTPS clone path, then just paste it here and select the branch, enter the branch name. Branch name is the main, so it has been entered here. Then deployment script. In a deployment script you can check it out here that what are the steps. First step is to clone a repository. That will be automatically done as we have entered the clone URL. Then we have to install a PHP dependencies. So just composer install, copy and paste it out here in a deployment script, enter, and then go to the GitHub. Then again what are the install a front-end dependencies and build a asset, npm install and npm run build, copy and paste it out here. Then same for the setup environment, it will copy the env example to a .env and it will also generate a artisan key for the PHP. So copy and paste it out here. Then click on show advanced options. In a advanced option add the custom web root as a public, then leave everything as it is. Then click on a create a application. It will take around 30 to 40 seconds to install a application. So now let's first create a database for the Sandbox. For the database, just go to the databases and click on a Sandbox and create a database here. Sandbox, create a database and give a database name here as a Sandbox, and leave everything as it is and create a database. So it will automatically create a database. You will find a login credential or the database credentials here. Database name will be the Sandbox, username and passwords. Then let's again go to the Sandbox and here the application has been where the applications is created. So on GitHub repository, here you will see the steps for the edited .env file to configure your database connection. So we need to update a .env file first. So go to the file manager for that application and in public HTML here allow a show hidden files, and then here you will see the .env file. Open that file. You can open it on a ServerAvatar only. and then here you will found the some of the, yeah, here you will found the db connections and everything. So here we have to give a db connection as a mysql, as we are using the mysql. db host will be the 127, means it will be run on a local host. Then we have the db port, mysql's run on a 3306 port. db database name, as we have seen, we have given as a Sandbox. And let me find a username and password. So let me duplicate this, and here in a database, here manage users, you can see the database username and password. Just copy the database username and paste it here, and make sure to remove these comments. Then same for the password, copy the password and paste it down and in a db password. Here if you will move down, here you have to change for the redis client, host, password, redis port. So these are the same, but you have to enter a redis password. To get a redis password, you can go to the settings. In a settings you will find a redis password. So copy this password and paste it down here. Make sure to change a app environment from local to a production. So I will change it as a production. Okay, so we have configured our env file. So let me save this env file, and let's see what are the next steps written in the GitHub repository. Then next step is to run a migrations command. To run a migrations command, we need to log in onto the server. So let's log in into the server. For login into your server, you can find the credentials for the server or for the user from a dashboard. Go to the dashboard, and here you can see the SSH and SFTP credentials. While login or connecting with a server, make sure this toggle button has been enabled. This button is for allowing the SSH connection. So this is the host name, username and password. So I have been already logged into my server. So let's go ahead, and here first step is to find a Sandbox. So move to the Sandbox repository or folder. Then here you will see the Sandbox. Then we have the move to the public HTML, and here you will see the all the files of a Sandbox application. Then our next step is to, here they have mentioned as a PHP artisan migrate. This is the migration command that we need to run it at here. So allow this to yes, I want to run this command. Yes, so our migration has been done. Then we have to seed the data. So run this PHP artisan db seed, and here also yes, I want to run this command. So yes, our application has been successfully hosted on a server. So let's check by a domain name. Click on a domain name, and yes, here you can see our application has been successfully hosted on a server. Now let's move towards by reading the repository. So here you can see the configure the admin user. First we need to configure the admin user by visiting or navigating to the /register. So let me give it as a URL as with /register, and here you can sign up or register any user. So here I will give my name as a Dharmil, and email address as a dharmil@gmail.com, and the password, and again I will retype the password. So once you will click on a register, see the user has been registered. So now our next step is to set up a Sandbox admin panel. To set up a Sandbox admin panel, first we need to configure a domain with a Cloudflare. So let's start by integrating a Cloudflare with a Sandbox. We require a zone ID, API key, domain name, SSL certificate and a private key. So you can find this detail on a Cloudflare. So let's go to the Cloudflare. This is my Cloudflare dashboards. In a Cloudflare dashboard, in an overview, you will find a zone ID and a account ID. Just copy this zone ID and just paste out here. Then for the API key, just go to the Cloudflare, click on a get your API token, and here we have to create a API token. To create a API token, click here and select this edit zone DNS and select here a specific zone and cloudbase.fun and continue to the summary and create a token. Then we have a domain name. For me, domain name is a cloudbase.fun. This is the my domain name. And for the SSL certificate, you can go to the Cloudflare. In the Cloudflare, just go to the domain. In a domain, here SSL and TLS certificate and origin server, create a certificate. So here give a hostname with a wildcard, that is the star, and a cloudbase.fun. So both of that, and create a SSL certificate. So I already created it. Just once you will create, you will get a SSL certificate, and with that the private key. Just copy and paste it out here. So our Cloudflare integration has been done. Then save a settings and click on a test test connection. If it will be the right, then here you will be able to see that our connection has been successfully established with the Cloudflare. So here you can see our Cloudflare connection has been successful. Then we have a server avatar API configuration. We have to integrate a server avatar API. To integrate a server avatar API, we have to enter a server avatar API URL, API key, and organization ID. Server avatar API URL will be the, let me just copy and paste it around here. So this is the server avatar API URL, that is the api.serveravatar.com. To get a API key, just go to the server avatar. In server avatar, go to the account, and account here API access. Just copy. If you don't able to see the API access, then you need to enable the API access. Then just copy and paste it out here. Once it has been done, you have to enter the organization ID of a server avatar. For the organization ID, you can find the organization ID from the team space. Yeah, in here team space, in a URL, you can see the organization ID. That is the by default 6192 for me, but for you it is a differ. So just paste it from the URL. So 6192, I'm gonna paste it into the organization ID. Okay, and now I will save a setting, and let me again test a connection with the server avatar. Okay, it has been successfully connected to the organization terminal. Then we have a SMTP configuration. We have to use a SMTP to get mails. So for that, you can use your any preferred SMTP. So for here, I am using a mail trap. So in a mail trap, create an account. If you already have the account, then just log in. Then here, this is for the testing purpose. So I am gonna use the email testing. In email testing, I can see there are the credentials. So first is a host name. Just copy this host name and paste it into the SMTP host. Then we have the, just a second, yeah. Then we have the port. Then select a 2525. So enter a 2525 will be the port. SMTP username. For the SMTP username, just copy it from the mail trap and paste. Same way for the all the others. And here from name, you can enter any name. For this, I am gonna add as a Sandbox, and here you can add an email as a Dharmil. @sandbox.com. Okay. If you want to use a TLS encryption, you can just enable this and then just save a settings. Once it has been saved, then send the test email. Yeah, our test email has been successfully set. Okay. Now here in a general settings, you can set a default site deletion time. So it will automatically delete a site in 24 hours. You can increase or decrease the time according to your requirement. Then we have the allow a site creation from a home page. So if you want to allow a site creation from a home page, then you can allow, and if you don't want to allow, just uncheck it. Allow a new user registration. If you want to allow a new user to sign up or log in for your admin panel, then you can select this option, but currently I have disabled this and I will enable allow a site creation from a home page, then save a settings. Then next step is to the servers. So in a server we have to select a server through which are whichever the site we will create has been created on which server. So I am gonna select a Sandbox site host, because in a starting I told that Sandbox server will be used to host a Sandbox. We cannot create the application on the same server, so we have to select a different server. So I am gonna select a Sandbox site host. Okay. Server has been selected, and it has been also connected. You can see the connected status. Okay, here you can see all the required information, or all the information you can see here. Then we have the sites. You can create your first site from here also, and if you don't want to create from the panel, then you can just go to the main page, and here you can see. So here you can give a site name. So here you can see cloudbase.fun, that the domain I have added, it has been so given here. And just I agree the terms and policy, and just create a throwaway site. So it will take a 30 seconds to create a site. So as you can see, our site has been successfully created. Now the site has been created. What about the deleting this site? This will be auto deleted, but we didn't set up a auto deleted, that is the cron jobs we didn't set. So let's take a GitHub repository where the, yeah, here we have the setup a Laravel scheduler, that is the cron jobs. So here let's run this commands in a terminal in a server. So let's just run this command cron tab e. Let me select a nano. If you are preferable with Vim, then you can select a Vim. Then just copy this and paste it. Okay, just paste it down here and just save this file. Okay, once you have saved, then yes, it will automatically delete the sites that we have created. So it will automatically delete it after the 24 hours. Okay, so this is the complete setup to host your Sandbox on your server. So this is the, if you want to see the what are the applications that has been created till now, you can also see from the server avatar admin panel. In a server avatar, you can go to the server, that is the Sandbox site host, and here you can able to see the, in a application you can able to see the all the application that you have created. So this is the easiest way to host a Sandbox on your server, on your server, and which is the very helpful, by the way. And this is the most important tool for the who want to test anything for the WordPress and don't want to present to the clients. Then this is the best thing you can use. So this is the complete overview about the Sandbox. This is the simplest way to host a Sandbox site. So yes, if you like this video, if you found this Sandbox helpful, then please like, comment, subscribe, and please do not forget to place a bell icon to get a more update like this. Thank you.